Welcome to the Sports Marketing Machine Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Neisser. Before we dive into today's topic, if you're finding value with the content that I've been creating on this podcast, please share it with someone just like you, someone who's working in sports, trying to grow their fan base, get more fans to games, and really create a wonderful fan experience. I appreciate it if you would. All right. In the last episode, we talked about the importance of creating video for social media, and I share 3 easy-to-use softwares that help you create video content faster. Today, we're going to talk about 4 marketing terms that you should know that are related to a lot of the digital marketing activities you're already doing, and that includes posting on social media. Here is the first one, Customer Acquisition Cost. The acronym is CAC, C-A-C. Customer acquisition cost is how much it costs you to sell a ticket. Let's say you spend $100 on Facebook ads and you sold 10 tickets. In this case, your customer acquisition cost, or your CAC, would be $10 because you spent $100 and sold 10 tickets. 100 divided by 10. So the customer acquisition cost tells you how much money you have to spend to acquire a ticket buyer. So you put $100 in, you sold 10 tickets, and you divide that. So 100 divided by 10 equals 10. And that's your customer acquisition cost. Here's your next one. Lifetime value. Now let's think about how much money each fan brings to your team over time. The lifetime value is the total amount of money you expect to make from a customer throughout their lifetime as your customer. So if a fan buys 4 tickets from you during a season, and let's just say they're $1 each, and only attends 1 game, the lifetime value would be $4. So 4 tickets times $1 each times 1 game. So that's what it would be. It would be $4 for a lifetime value. Lifetime value, or LTV, helps you understand how valuable each customer is to your business in the long run. Next one, conversion rate. Conversion rate is like the number of customers who say yes when you ask them to buy something. Let's say 10 people come to your website and 5 of them buy tickets. Your conversion rate would be 50% because you converted or convinced half of the people to become your customers. So we had 10 people come to your website, 5 of them bought. Half of that would be 50%. So 5 divided by 10 equals 50%. Conversion rate tells you how successful you are at turning potential customers into actual customers. The 4th marketing term you should know is average order value, or AOV. When a customer comes to your game and buys more than just tickets, let's say they buy merchandise and food and parking, the average order value is the average amount of money they spend each time they make a purchase. Let's make it super simple. Let's say one customer buys 4 tickets at $1 each, and another time they buy 2 tickets at $1 each to another game. The total sales would be 6. So 4 tickets at $1 and 2 tickets at $1. And the number of orders would be 2 because they came to 2 games. Therefore, the average order value would be 3. 6 divided by 2. So how did I get 6? The total amount of money they spent in all of the games that they came to. Remember, they bought 4 tickets to 1 game, and they bought 2 tickets to another game, and all the tickets were $1 each. So 4 plus 2 is 6. And then you divide that by how many games they attended. In this case, they attended 2. So $6 divided by 2 equals 3. That is their average order value. The AOV, the average order value, helps you understand how much money you make on average from each transaction. In the old days in working in sports, we used to call this per cap. Some days were higher, some days were lower. It just depends on the number of days during the week and what day it was during the week, actually. So to recap, Customer acquisition cost tells you how much money you spend to acquire a customer. Lifetime value is the total amount of money you expect to make from a customer over their lifetime as your customer. Conversion rate is the percentage of potential customers who actually became customers. And the average order value is the average amount of money a customer spends each time they make a purchase. Now let's dig down a little bit deeper and further explain the importance of each to your situation. So customer acquisition costs. Teams and athletic departments need to understand their customer acquisition costs because it helps them assess the efficiency of their marketing and sales efforts. By calculating the cost of what it costs to acquire a customer, you can determine if your marketing and advertising expenses are generating a positive return or a negative return. If your customer acquisition cost, or your CAC, is too high compared to the revenue generated from each customer, that may mean that you need to optimize your customer acquisition strategies. So how you're out there trying to find more and more people to buy tickets and find more cost-effective ways to attract customers. For lifetime value, it is important because it helps organizations understand the long-term value of each customer. So by calculating the expected revenue a customer will generate over a lifetime, you can make an informed decision about retention strategies, customer segmentation, or even some resource allocation. Maybe you want to hire new employees. Maybe you want to put some money towards new software. You have an understanding of a lifetime value, so you know kind of what to expect from a financial perspective. If the lifetime value is high, it indicates that your team or athletic organization has successfully built a strong customer relationship, and you're likely to generate higher revenue from each customer over time. Conversion rates are crucial for organizations as they indicate the effectiveness of your sales and marketing efforts, turning potential customers into paying customers. A high conversion rate means that a large percentage of the leads that you generate, or potential customers, are converting into actual ticketing buyers. So by monitoring and improving conversion rates, you can optimize your sales funnels, identify areas for improvement, and allocate resources to the most effective marketing channels. This is especially important for your website, where I'm going to tell you in just a second what the average conversion rate is for your website without even looking. And the average order value is important because it helps organizations, sports teams, athletic departments measure the average revenue generated from each customer transaction. So by analyzing your AOV, your average order value, you can identify opportunities to increase sales and revenue. Then you can employ strategies such as upselling and cross-selling and different things that you can do to encourage customers to spend more money each transaction. A higher average order value can lead to increased profits and improve your overall performance financially as an organization. All right, that's a lot to take in today, and I know it. So 4 big takeaways. Take time to dig into these terms and understand the importance of each. I would download and listen to this episode a few times, probably take some notes, because those 4 terms are huge if you're out trying to sell tickets. Takeaway number 2, I have a soft rule when it comes to customer acquisition costs for selling sports tickets. Your goal is to get 4 to 1. That means for every $1 you spend, at the bare minimum, you need to get 4 times that back in return in ticket sales. So if you spent $1 on marketing and advertising, you need to get $4 back. That's my soft rule. Now, it depends in certain situations, but that's a really good starting point. Tip number 3, lifetime value. I know COVID really threw everyone a curveball into calculating your lifetime value. Try your best to figure it out over the last few years with your games and your merchandise. Put everything in there. Try to figure it out. We know there's a year and a half where COVID just made things an absolute mess. Try not to go too far back, but I would try to take a look to understand what your lifetime value is so that you have a really good understanding of what an actual fan who comes to your games is worth over their lifetime. Website conversion, this is my last takeaway. On average, your website is going to convert less than 1% of all visitors. So if you had 100 visitors come to your website, only one of which is going to buy tickets. That's what it is right now for sports teams across the board. So I want you to stay tuned for ways to improve this number. All right. If you're not sure where to start or just need some additional support, head over to sportsmarketingmachine.com and schedule a call. I help sports teams of all sizes sell more tickets and grow their fan base. Until next time.